This is a demo of Arrisca. Please contact Amplio software if you like what you see. Here's the scenario. I'm the senior manager of a business and my bid team come to me and they want to submit a price to a customer. They've asked me to sign off the price, but how do I know if that spreadsheet they've used to calculate it is good and accurate? I don't have time to sit there checking it manually, so I'm going to use Arrisca to help me. We can see here that we've got a price that's just under £100 million, and I'm going to start to analyse it in Arrisca. I can also see that I've got 131 different inputs here. Think how long that would take for me to check manually. No one has time to do this anymore. So what Arrisca is going to do is show me the 20 biggest drivers in the spreadsheet that are building up that price. Those are the things that are really worth my attention, because a slight change or variation in any of those is going to have a big impact on the overall price and is a risk to me in the project phase about making my profit targets for the business. I've got 188 formulas in here. And again, think about how long it would take you to check these things manually, and think of the risk of just taking it on trust. So I've started to analyze the spreadsheet, and I can see that 4 of the top drivers are on the Systems Equipment tab, which is going to be a really key thing for me to be looking at. And yeah, I can see some big numbers in here. The CCTV, that's a big driver on the price, definitely. Okay, so what I'm going to do next, I'm going to sort of check the spreadsheet for integrity by using a heat map. And what that does, I'm asking it to highlight throughout that spreadsheet certain things. I want the top 10 inputs to be in yellow. I want anything that's contributing to that 100 million price to be in green, and I want anything that's not in red. Now, why would that be important? Well, it allows me to focus my attention on things that could be mistakes. Now, just because something's not used, it doesn't mean it is a mistake, but it's a good indication of where formulas could be broken, where things haven't totaled up quite properly. It's worth me just taking a couple of seconds to think about the things that I see in red, because that is a good indication of where mistakes could be. So for your context, this bid, our price to win for the bid is £100 million. And what we can see is that the team have brought the spreadsheet to me, and the price is just under £100 million, which is great. It's 99.8 million. So I'm hoping that this spreadsheet is going to be solid and stand up to the integrity, because it's giving me a message I like already. It's really difficult to check these things going through it manually. No one has time to do that. And even the people that build the spreadsheets, this is not a particularly complex spreadsheet, but even so, we've got hundreds of inputs. In real life, this is a demo, but in real life, these things, they can get up to 50 sort of tabs, literally thousands of inputs, and that's where Arrisca really has its value. So almost done on the highlighting, and straight away, the first tab that I'm going to want to go to is going to be that Systems Equipment tab, because 4 of the top 20 drivers of that price are on that tab. So if we've got anything wrong in terms of our estimates and the price or the quantity, then that's making a huge difference to our overall price. Okay, so here's the tab. First of all, the thing that I notice most is that the top 2 are in red. And I can't think why that should be, because this is just a list of equipment and all of this should be in the system. So these 2 in red, that worries me. So I'm going to check this formula. And when I check it, this is a common thing that happens in Excel. Maybe the top line was inputted afterwards. It's not fitting in the formula. So I'm going to change that formula. We see I've got a new total. The problem for me now is that that's pushed me over the price to win of 100 million. So Arrisca is going to help me get that back under 100 million, or at least find opportunities to do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run them together, and you can see that as I do what if scenarios in Arrisca, it's going to update on the spreadsheet manually. So notice C8, it's the price of the CCTV, it's something that we buy in externally, and it's our #1 driver on the price. So I'm going to do a bit of a what if scenario. And I'm going to see what would happen if we could negotiate 10% off that price with the supplier, because we're spending a lot of money with them. So have we definitely got the best deal? That's my challenge to this team that's bringing me this price. Okay, there we go. There's a 10% reduction, and we can see that that brings us back down under that 100 million target, which is really important. And you can see there's the price which has been adjusted afterwards. So in the time that we've spent, I've checked this spreadsheet for integrity and I've found a mistake. I've created a new action for our procurement team to go away and negotiate one of the key inputs, and also I've saved myself hours of time.